In Perilous Power, The Middle East and U.S. Foreign Policy, Noam Chomsky and Gilbert Achcar discuss the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and provide a critical analysis of the role of the United States in this ongoing dispute. Here are some of the specific points the book makes regarding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. U.S. support for Israel. Chomsky and Achcar argue that the United States has been a consistent and staunch supporter of Israel. This support includes significant financial and military aid to Israel, as well as diplomatic backing. They contend that this support has enabled Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories and contributed to the perpetuation of the conflict. Lack of even-handedness. The authors criticize U.S. foreign policy for what they perceive as a lack of even-handedness in addressing the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. They argue that the United States has historically favored Israeli interests over Palestinian rights, often hindering the peace process by vetoing United Nations resolutions critical of Israel and providing diplomatic cover for Israeli actions. Obstacles to peace. Chomsky and Achcar discuss various obstacles to achieving a just and lasting resolution to the conflict. They point out Israeli settlements in the West Bank, the separation barrier, and restrictions on Palestinian movement as factors that exacerbate tensions and undermine the prospects for peace. Role of U.S. lobby groups. The authors examine the influence of pro-Israel lobby groups in the United States, such as AIPAC, American Israel Public Affairs Committee. They argue that these groups have played a significant role in shaping U.S. policy toward Israel and have pressured American politicians to support Israel's interests. Prospects for peace. Chomsky and Achcar express skepticism about the prospects for peace in the absence of substantial changes in U.S. policy. They suggest that a more even-handed approach by the U.S., a commitment to international law, and addressing core issues like the status of Jerusalem and the right of return for Palestinian refugees are necessary steps to advance the peace process. Regional implications. The book also explores how the Israeli-Palestinian conflict impacts the broader Middle East region. The authors argue that the unresolved conflict contributes to regional instability and anti-American sentiment, which can complicate U.S. foreign policy objectives in the region. In essence, Perilous Power contends that U.S. support for Israel has been a significant factor in perpetuating the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and that a more balanced and even-handed U.S. approach is essential for achieving a just and lasting resolution. Chomsky and Achcar's analysis is critical of U.S. policies and their implications in the context of this protracted conflict.